The first vaccine for COVID-19 will soon be on its way to Canada. Approval has been granted for the Pfizer BioNTech vaccine, and the first injections could happen as early as Monday. For weeks, Health Canada scientists have been analyzing data from the Pfizer BioNTech clinical trials, and it now concludes it meets the department's stringent safety, efficacy, and quality requirements for use in Canada. The first doses, 30,000, ship later this week from Belgium. By the end of December, 249,000 doses are expected, and by the end of March, 4 million. This makes Canada the third country in the world, behind the UK and Bahrain, to approve the Pfizer BioNTech vaccine. The American Food and Drug Administration is expected to approve it tomorrow.
Can you just explain to us how you beat the FDA today?
Sure, we're just better. In a year where we haven't had a lot of good news, this is a bit of good news, and I think we should take a moment to acknowledge that, and then we're all going to get back to work.
Not everyone will get it right away. These first doses will go to 14 vaccination sites across the country. Most Canadians will have to be patient, and other vaccines are in the pipeline for approval too. David Akin has our top story on Canada's first dose of optimism.
This is a big deal, Mr. Speaker. It is a good news day for Canadians.
And now, with Health Canada's okay, the first Canadians will get their dose of the Pfizer BioNTech vaccine within days.
We have not compromised in terms of the safety, efficacy, and quality. And then as soon as that review is done, we've done the authorization and we've communicated with everyone. And it just so happened we got the last piece of information late last night.
Health Canada had been waiting for the results of 2 clinical trials involving 44,000 people. And even though regulators used a new process to quickly review those trials, they say no corners have been cut.
It is a full review in the sense that we looked at the same type of data that we would normally when we look at any vaccine for authorization.
And while Health Canada says the vaccine is safe, it also says there will likely be some minor side effects. In the trials, 84% reported a sore arm where the needle was given. 63% reported fatigue. Some also reported headache or chills. And about 14% ended up with a fever after the dose.
So all of the reactions that we had seen were relatively mild, they were short-lived, and then they resolved.
Now, to get the vaccine into the arms of Canadians. The doses are made in Belgium. They will be flown on Friday to Germany via UPS, then onto a UPS depot in Kentucky, where the doses will be parceled out and flown to one of 14 vaccination centers across Canada, with first injections as early as Monday. Most provinces want those living in long-term care facilities to be first in line for the vaccine, but since many residents cannot come to a vaccination center, and since Pfizer does not recommend sending the vaccine out, well, something's going to have to give.
There's some very, I think, intense discussion and planning going on. For example, certainly the government of Quebec, for reasons I can fully understand, say they would like to have their first doses delivered in long-term care facilities. I think we can get that.
Up next, a full dress rehearsal on Friday for the more than 100 federal, provincial, First Nations and healthcare providers that will be the first to handle Canada's first COVID-19 vaccine. Donna?
Okay, David Akin in Ottawa, thanks. As Health Canada's Director of Medical Science said today, information is the best antidote to any fears of the vaccine. And you can find lots of detailed information and data about the approval process for vaccines and how the Pfizer BioNTech vaccine works. That's on the Health Canada website.